So I was just sitting here, and the question that came up for me is, how did I end up here? It wasn't through seeking it. Our seeking mind is where all the distractions and all the errors in judgment, and it's just an extension of our idea of self in whatever form that's taking, looking somewhere to fulfill something somehow by seeking. Don't know is different. Don't know is accepting as it is, just this, and being present to whatever is happening in the moment. So it's not in the future. It's not something you're aspiring to gain. Gain just happens naturally. Wherever you end up, you end up. I ended up here. Here I am. But it wasn't because of my seeking to do this. I didn't seek to sit here and be in front of you and give a talk. I'm happy that I'm here doing it. It does, I do enjoy it. Because I take it very seriously as a responsibility to be really honest and straightforward and not have an agenda. I began to start seeking answers to the situation with Iran and us and Israel and this whole thing that's been happening in the Middle East. So I was scouring, the logical places to look. And pretty soon I realized there's no reliable information. It's all manipulation. They only allow information out that they want to get out. They won't. So you don't really know what's happening there. You just know what they're telling you is happening. Is that reliable? Don't know. So I recognized that what was happening for me is I was feeling some stress about it. I was feeling some, you know, pain about the suffering that we're going through because of all this. And just in my own mind, I found myself seeking some sort of solution, some sort of answer. And it reminded me of all those times in my life where I was seeking some outside of myself to explain the situation I'm in. Why is this happening? By seeking, you've already created an idea of what it is you're after. You already think you know something. I know I'm seeking peace. I know I'm seeking prosperity. I know I'm seeking health. I know. So now you're going down this road, and the algorithm and AI is willing to give you all that information. Just put it out there and watch it bombard you. And what are you getting? What are you really getting? Now yeah, there's some really wonderful benefits to sitting meditation. Yeah, lower the blood pressure, all that stuff. But it's really about getting to know ourselves, which is work. It's not, it's not a game. It's like, cleaning out the cobwebs in the corners of our mind. It's recognizing when we're fooling ourselves. Now, I talked about that we have this inner compass that always points true north. But when I'm seeking outside, looking for the answers to some problem I think I'm having, and I'm not finding it, it's because I'm looking in the wrong place. Now, you can, if your compass is active and it's pointing to true north, you can discern what you can use out of what's coming your way and just let the rest go. But that's the trick. So I guess for me, the lesson right now is being really careful about where I'm getting my information and what I'm doing with it. The uncertainty, there's always uncertainty. We don't know what's going to happen next. Earlier tonight, we were talking about, being grateful for this moment because we don't know that we're going to be here in the next one. So that's a wonderful way of getting back to don't know and not projecting into the future with some idea, of some expectation that you're having to fix something. It's just not out there. So how do you contribute the most to this situation that we're in the world? By being the best person you can be. Be a mensch, be a human being. Be a compassionate, loving being instead of a foolish, angry, stupid human being. So, I think our practice helps us do that. Sitting practice helps us to get clear and to be free of our ideas of what things are so that we can see what's here. The other thing about going down that path of seeking, it's implying that there's something missing. What was your original face before your parents were born? That kind of question. What is what is this actually? What are we look at each other, we look unique and we all look different and we are, but at the same time, it's not wrong to say we're brothers and sisters. Not only are we brothers and sisters, but it's the same energy flowing through the universe right here for everybody. So projecting good, bad, right, wrong, it's the mess we're in. So I just want to be a reasonable, good human being, do all I can in whatever way I can by not seeking, not acting like I know, and just being real. Take a breath, recognize, oh, this is happening. You know, my heart hurts. Of course it does. You know? So continue. Next. Now what? The other thing that's troubling about seeking is, when you're looking outside of yourself for answers, you're going to hear what you want to hear, what fits your idea of what reality is. I got news for you. You don't have any fucking clue what reality is coming from projections. It's just projecting. So that's my lesson. That's what I have to do. I have to keep reminding myself it's not out there. Truth is not out there. It's not. It's here. Where's here? Where is here, actually? So the rabbit hole of information. So easy to go down that one. Philosophers. There's lots of them, right? So what's going on? Anybody have anything they want to talk about? Of course, you can always add something.
I think what people are seeking is certainty,
Yes.
and what's important is to develop comfortability with uncertainty.
Hmm.
I think that's what I'm s- searching for a house is funny for you to say, but the idea of being comfortable, sort of developing that ability.
Yes. Don't.
I sit here and I listen to you and I feel like I agree, and I've also been down the information rabbit hole. And it feels like a relief to come here and be in this room because it feels so peaceful. And I often think to myself, this is who I really am. It's the way I feel in this room is who I really am. The person at home struggling with what I'm hearing on the news, with what I'm hearing people say, with people's anger. Part of me that struggles to synthesize all that. That's some other part of me. That's some other part of me. But you know what I mean? But creating some balance, some, I don't even know what the word is. That ability to tap into that sense of peace when I'm in the muck of it.
Yes.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, it is.
Recognize when it's happening.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I can recognize it before it's gone too far. You know, there's a whole process. And sometimes you can catch yourself in the beginning, and sometimes you're just all the way down the rabbit hole before you realize you're down the rabbit hole, and it's harder to get out.
Well, that's why, enlightenment happens here. It happens in the muck and the garbage and the crap that we're involved in. The reason is because it's a reflection constantly of what not to do. So it's like fear, right? I don't even realize I'm operating from fear, except I'm starting to collect things like make sure there's enough food in the pantry and the gas tank is filled up. So, it's like, and then I realized, well, wait a minute. Is that a form of manipulation? Is that materialistic sort of part of the whole capitalist system to get me to keep buying stuff so I feel more secure? Coming, you have to pay attention. You have to do what you have to do. Chop wood, carry water. Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's all part of it. So, but paying attention to that, what's happening inside, you know, and I think your practice here, having that peaceful sense of just suchness of being helps in those times because it's still there. It's not, hasn't gone away. It's like I started saying, everywhere I put my foot down, I'm home. That's what I'm referring to. That every time, everywhere I put my foot down, I'm home, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's scary and I don't know where it's going to end up. I'm still at home. Can you be at home even when it's scary? No?
I can.
You can? Wonderful.
When I started to write that sadness, and I watching my sadness, that is okay, it is sadness.
Yes.
And that's it, I am that. I am.
Yeah.
I am sad.
Yeah. Right.
Well, it's interesting reading this week. C.S. Lewis. I don't know if you know him. He was a science fiction writer.
Mhm.
Yeah, good friend of Tolkien. Cambridge. Yeah. And
Alice in Wonderland? No.
no, that's Lewis Carroll.
Oh, Lewis Carroll, okay.
He was Oxford. But anyway, so yeah, this C.S. Lewis guy, he wrote, some Voyage to Venus and quite good. But he had a religious experience when he was at college. So, okay, that's nice. He did all that thing. But what he did say was, which is very interesting, he was writing in the 40s and 50s. after the Second World War, there was tremendous. I remember picking up on this from reading comics and stuff from that era, cartoons that my father loved. And there was this tremendous sense that we were doomed, that the world was going to descend into nuclear war, Cuban Missile Crisis and whatever. So part of the lesson here is that, the interesting times that we're living in right now, this is the history of the human race. There's always been these threats, these worries, these concerns, whether it's pests or it's famine, whatever, or horsemen. But what C.S. Lewis said, he said was, look, yes, I know this is tough times. We're living under this cloud of expectation of doom. He said was what I want to happen. It could happen tomorrow, perhaps. And all goes off. So, but I want to be doing what I do as me, and that involves helping people. It means I might be down the pub having a good time, having a laugh with a friend, to doing those things, living my life instead of sitting in a corner worrying or getting on the phone with somebody and just having a whole anxiety fest. What is that? That doesn't. It's so true. This is a guy that's from another generation and different, very much outlook from me, but still, absolutely live it, be you.
Yes.
That's the thing. That's the path.
That's what I was trying to relate when I was saying I just want to be me.
Yeah. So it resonated when I heard you say that.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
speak elsewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what else can you do? And if you're sad, you're sad.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Are we done? Thank you. This has been a nice evening.